Come to, let's wait a little. I think so. I think I have to share it also. Yes, got to share it. Yeah. So you are welcome to my life. Healthy food place, sharing ideas and recipes on how you can stay healthy naturally. Grace Enamali is my name. So we want to talk about bad breath. What is bad breath? The causes, the most common causes of bad breath. And then we want to also talk about how to manage bad breath naturally. There are over-the-counter medications. But we know this is healthy food place. We must follow the healthier way. We must also follow the natural way. So let's go ahead. What exactly is bad breath? Bad breath is a simple word used generally to express when you can smell the air or carbon dioxide, as it is popularly called, coming out of your stomach, out of your body. When you can smell it and it has unpleasant smell, then you say, people call it bad breath. And sometimes the smell may not just be, it may not even be unpleasant smell, because people say foods like onions and garlic give them bad breath. No, the smell may not be unpleasant, or rather, let's put it this way, it may be unpleasant to one person, but may not be unpleasant to another person. For instance, for me, I no longer agree with the point that garlic causes bad breath, because I no longer feel it. I don't even feel it anymore. It has become part of me. So when I take it, I don't feel it. Maybe somebody by my side may be smelling the garlic, but I no longer smell it. Because those who are smokers, these are some of the things that can cause you bad breath. So when they smoke, maybe they may not actually be also feeling the smell of the smoke, but somebody by the side will always feel that this person is a smoker. You will notice that sometimes you stand beside them, especially alcoholics. You will notice that when they talk, the things seem to be reporting them that they have taken alcohol. Even if they are trying to deny that they didn't take it, you can perceive the smell. That is not a good thing. And there is something common about the bad breath. You will notice that it has something we may not need any much scientific research to go find out or to know that it's emanating from one of the largest internal organ, which is the liver. This is my honest view and opinion. If you look at foods like smoking, the liver is the one that suffers when you are a smoker, and it's the one that suffers even the damage, the smoke that coming out of it. So when you talk, it comes out. Alcoholics, when you are taking alcohol, it can cause fatty liver. When you talk too, it's reporting it. When you are having too much yeast in your body, it's also around the liver. When you talk, it is reporting it. So most times people think it is the mouth that is the culprit when it comes to bad breath. So they keep on attacking the mouth. Yes, it's good to brush. I made a short already on some of these things about or the issues about bad breath. It's good to brush. It will improve it. There's no doubt about it. But I tell you, it's never. I have seen people, I've been with people battling with bad breath. It never settles it finally. It never puts an end to it until you go to the root cause of that bad breath. And the bad breath vary from individual. The bad breath of Mr. A, the cause of the bad breath of Mr. A may be different from the cause of bad breath of Mr. B. But one thing common about a good number of people with bad breath is that they are always restless, trying to resolve the issue of bad breath. Why? Because of its effect. It affects your personality, your relationship. You could lose, very valued relations. Whether male relationship or female relationship, you could lose them because of bad breath. Yes, bad breath is a serious matter. Now, you could also even lose job opportunities because of what? Bad breath. So bad breath can affect a lot of people, but it's something that can easily be managed naturally without over-the-counter medication. Yes, are there over-the-counter medication? Yes, you can get a lot of over-the-counter treatment that you can use to brush, put it in your brush, toothbrush, toothpaste that are touted to treat it and to deal with it. But honestly speaking, the people I have seen battling with halitosis, as it is referred to in other way, the English form, the people I've seen battling it, they never ever settled it using over-the-counter medication. It gives a temporary feeling that it's gone, but it's never gone. Those people who are the sufferers of the bad breath, they know that it's there. Why? Because majority of the time, the problem is from inside. While you are busy attacking the outside, which is okay too, because a good number of the bacteria lives in the mouth and could take advantage of those ones coming from outside. But the aspect I'm actually a bit focusing on is not the bad breath that comes from alcohol. These are the causes. Maybe we should even look at it straight away. The main causes, the most common causes of bad breath. Firstly, you know that bad breath affects babies a lot. Yes, at certain point when the baby starts taking lots of milk, because they don't even talk, most times their mouth is closed. So milk contains some of the nutrients, milk and other things that can settle over time and begin to ferment, begin to cause the mouth to begin to smell. So when the young children are taking a lot of milk, it gets to a point as the child is growing, that you need to bring in antioxidants in the diet. You need to start bringing in things like oranges, vitamin C rich foods, or else the mouth will be smelling too much. If the child continues to take mostly milk products, mostly starchy products, when you ought to start bringing in the antioxidant rich foods. If you don't bring it into the diet of that child, you will notice that the tongue will be white. And not only the tongue, the entire mouth will be even smelling. Bringing out unpleasant smell. And then, of course, it is called thrush. When you see those whiting, they don't stay there without causing the mouth to bring out unpleasant smell. And so this is with respect to children. Another group of people that suffers bad breath a lot are the seniors, older people. Of course, a lot of people have a conclusion in their heart that most older people should have their mouth smelling. Of course, the organs seem to us that some of them have been working for years, and then when you eat food, it may take longer to digest, and then you are also not talking much, which is already one of the causes. And then if you are also consuming too much carbohydrates, some nutritional issues are responsible also with seniors when it comes to bad breath. And then the people I have seen more often that have it are the men. The reason, of course, I don't know, but I have seen a lot of them trying or strong, maybe because they don't talk much, like women. Women talk a lot. Maybe when you are talking, the exchange of air may reduce the risk of the mouth having to come up with unpleasant smell. And so it is not unusual for you to see that most of the male gender are the ones affected. But what are the real thing that also contributes to, the other thing that also contributes to the bad breath? If you are not consuming antioxidant rich foods, if you are not consuming vitamin C rich foods, if you are not spicing up your meal, adding up a few spices, there are a lot of spices that helps naturally to ward off the incidence of bad breath, to reduce the risk. Because a good number of times, bad breath in the older adults who are not even smoking, who are not even taking alcohol or similar things, it is caused by overgrowth of yeast. Overgrowth of yeast. So you need to reduce the yeast forming foods. These are part of the causes, especially in seniors. You need to reduce the carbohydrates. That is the common thing I've seen. Then the fermented foods are good. Yogurt is particularly also good. But I tell you also the truth, when you take too much fermented foods over a long period of time, grains in particular, and you do not spice them up, you do not include spices like ginger, even if you don't spice them up, you do not follow up with anti-inflammatory spices or spices that, aromatic spices that will help to ward it off, is going to, over time, start causing the mouth to also produce what they call bad breath. It's not that the breath is bad, it's what is coming out that is bad. So they used to describe it. And so if you are not consuming foods that contains antioxidant and you are taking these fermented foods too much, remember there are no significant sources of vitamin A and C. Over time, you will also be experiencing bad breath. Now, if you are also not not including spices, as I said, and herbs, you will also be giving room for bad breath. And now, the foods that helps you to stop the bad breath, which I shall be highlighting in a few minutes, most of them are in the herbs category. They are in the spices category. They are also in the seeds. A few of them are in the seeds. So you do not, if you do not include them naturally, like a lot of people are more interested in consuming starches, proteins and grains. Now, there is something I noticed also about proteins. You may have a different opinion, but this is honestly my view. If you are consuming too much of proteins, especially legumes like beans, you will soon notice that you will be experiencing the bad breath. Unless you are following it up with spices. And I'll tell you some of the spices that I follow up with after eating. Of course, lately that's what I do to prevent things like that. Yes, because of course I don't have it. I want to share with you some of the things I have here that are helping to stop it, to avoid it. Let me put it right. To avoid it, because prevention is always better than cure. And so if you want to avoid the bad breath, you need to do some of the things, and I want to be showing you a good number of them that you should be doing. You see, this is sea salt. You need to be using it, adding it to your warm water when you want to brush. Yes, it's one of the food that will help you a lot. It strengthens your teeth, and not only does it strengthen your teeth, it's going to alkaline the oral region and help include a host of micronutrients. Remember that the problem most time is with starches, grains. So most of the nutrients that may be lacking, the sea salt will supply it when you use it regularly to gargle. You are not likely to be experiencing bad breath. That's the truth. But that's not alone. Then at other times also, you need to be using cold pressed coconut oil to gargle. It whitens your teeth if you do it over time. But that's not something you should be doing every day. You should use it occasionally, like 1 cupful, look at it, or 1.5 cupful. Use it, allow it to sit in your mouth for a few minutes. This is what I advise all seniors to do. You don't have to wait for bad breath. It reduces the incidence of bad breath. Most seniors over 60, if you do not take, particular care, extra care of your oral region, it will be affecting your immune system. And as a matter of fact, you may even be having the bad breath because it's very common among seniors. So you need to be using it like 1 cupful of this, or 1.5. Look at it. It's cold pressed coconut oil. You use it to allow to sit in your mouth like 10-15 minutes. Then you throw it out. You see white to have cleaned the mouth down to the throat and killed off. It's one of the top yeast killing foods, and killed off a lot of the yeast that will make the mouth, the bad breath, that will help to feed the bad breath. And so that is one of this, what I do occasionally, my mouth. Then there are other foods also that helps you. There is this one called star anise. It looks like a star. I know some of you have not seen it. As I open it, it's even, the smell is very, very good. And it has an antiseptic kind of smell. Most of the spices, look at the star anise. Most of the spices that with aromatic smell, they are very good in killing off yeast. And not only in killing off yeast, when these yeasts are killed off or reduced in number inside your body, ultimately your mouth will smell fresh. This is one of the foods, star anise. It looks like a star. Immediately you open it, it starts to, bring out those pleasant aroma. Look at it, like a star. You can go to the market where they're selling spices, ask them that you need the star anise. Look at it. In case you want your mouth, it has antiseptic properties, bacterial killing properties. In case you want to improve your oral health, because the oral health is very important. People can abandon you, run away. Good friends, valued and cherished friends, could be, separating from your friendship secretly because of bad breath. So it's not something that you take for granted. Another food that is good is, which I also take, especially after a high protein diet, especially most of, whether it's plant-based or animal protein, is the cloves. Look at it. Cloves are very good. These tiny cloves, look at it. You know it. Those tiny cloves. You can go search it out and find it out more. Look at it. I don't know how that, whatever. So, but you know the cloves. CLOVES. You can chew it, one, after food, for your oral region to be kept clean and smell fresh. It reduces the risk of toothache and gum issues. That's what it does. And it aids digestion. It does a lot. Improve your breath. If you are worried about the bad breath, it's going to help to improve it. And then another one is the cinnamon. You can see a good number of them reduces sugar. Sugar is a big problem. This one reduces sugar too. A lot of them. You will notice that even the cinnamon, this is the cinnamon stick. Then this is the cinnamon powder. You can grind it and make a paste out of it. Out of the cinnamon stick. Look at the cinnamon stick. You can make a paste out of it and add it to what you use, or use it occasionally. The tea, the water, warm water, to rinse your mouth, to keep it smelling fresh and free of bacteria. And then, besides the cinnamon, which is also a spice that is used in cooking, You can take the fennel seed and make tea out of it. This is the fennel seed. Yes, this is the fennel seed. This one is already, the color is not as, we're supposed to be very green. So this is the fennel seed. You can make tea out of the fennel seed and take. It helps to aid your digestion, then remove gas, and then improve your oral health, because most of them are yeast-killing foods. Then one of the top spices or herbs is mint. And I told us that I have the mint oil always handy in case I'm on the go and I have need of it, because it has a lot of other benefits. Then if I do not have access, in case you don't have access to the fresh mint leaves or dried mint leaf or whichever, you can have the mint essential oil and then use it, put it on your palm. This is what I do, and use it to do deep breathing. You can open your mouth, and there is something very unique and beautiful about mint oil. Apart from helping you to stop the bad breath, it kills some bacteria just by merely inhaling it. That if you are one that is always having issues, yeast infections around your mouth, all those stuff, even in your throat, keep the mint oil around you. It's going to be helping you. Either you are using it for steam inhalation in your mouth, or you just inhale it. It's going to go down and disinfect your lungs. It's going to go down right into your system if you use it to do deep breathing. Honestly, just a few drops on your palm, rub it and put it like this, and breathe in until like 14 times, and then you breathe out. You notice that both the oral region and everywhere will be cleansed. Then there are other ones like the turmeric. You can use it. This is the turmeric. You can add it to your cooking. You can use it to make tea. These are anti-inflammatory spices, and a good number of these spices, they are great for you. Now, if you are not taking spices sufficiently, whether you are a senior or a young person, you are creating a very favorable environment for bad breath. It can happen to anybody. Once the opportunity or the environment is favorable, the bad breath will start. And most times, the first person to notice it is even you. You will observe that the breathing coming out of your mouth. And if that is the case, you need to quickly start to do something about it. And I need you to comment below if you are even having with bad breath. It's not something you should neglect, because sometimes it may be that your body is already sending signal of something more serious internally. So that is why you do not have or look down on bad breath as something that is not important. It's not only it does not only affect your personality. And the ugliest part of this bad breath that made me want to talk about that, once the impression is created that you have it, those people that receive that first impression, they will keep avoiding you even when the problem is gone. That is it. Because first impression, they say it sticks. So it always gives them impression that the thing is there with you. And even after it's gone, that's just the ugly part of it. First impression sticks. With that, you see that slogan or that maxim, it fits perfectly when you talk of bad breath, because that is the way those people will see you, that you have bad breath, even when the bad breath is already gone. And so you need to quickly, if you suspect, good afternoon, our big mommy. Amako Cake. Okay, you are welcome. Did you notice my orientation today? Orientation of my life? Amako Cake, did you notice it? That it's now, and this, I think henceforth, this is how I'll be doing my life, because I've been doing it the other way, straight. Maybe that is no longer acceptable by the boss. So I have been kind of shown an indication that this is what I should use. Of course, I even like it. So expect further chat with this type of, okay, you noticed it. So don't think something is wrong with the phone, or maybe something have gone wrong. Thank you so much. I love you guys to comment also. Let me know, because in my view, I like it too. Honestly speaking, I like it. And so I also would like you people to comment. I've not been using it all the while, not because I don't want to use it, but because I just didn't know that it's better or it's what I should be using. So now that I know, in case I do the other way, better remind me, please, that this is the orientation we shall be using henceforth. That's the way I see it. Unless there is another indication that I should do otherwise, or else we go like this and it's good. So I'm talking about Amaka, my friend. I'm talking about bad breath. Bad breath is not only children that is affecting, it's also affecting old people, and especially old people when they are talking. If somebody is talking and the mouth, they ooze out, let me be more raw, the way we call it. Not bad breath is English, too English for us. You know, sometimes they will make the name sound so beautiful that you will know. It is mouth odor, they call it. It's bad breath in English, or halitosis. But the raw way we call it is mouth odor. That is smelling when that person speaks. And it's not good at all. I've met people that are battling with it, and they never rest. They know they rest. They will always be trying to brush, buy good brush, good your brush if need. Most times it is inside, more of inside the body, what we are eating, that is coming out from the mouth. Maybe it's fermenting. Maybe we need a gut cleanse. And how do we do that? Some people are not consuming fruits. I already talked about it. Antioxidant rich foods. Some people are not consuming it. They will not be free if they already afflicted or affected by that bad breath. They cannot be free. No matter how the toothpaste you use, no matter the number of times they change the toothbrush, it won't stop. I remember some years ago, one of my babies then was of age, of course, to have started consuming juice and all this stuff. But I remember that time we thought it was a good thing to be pumping milk. And over time, the child's mouth was white and there's even smelling and all of that. So we'll try to use brush. We would use the baby's brush to brush the mouth. Yes, we did that. But over time, a more mature person, some of them are not even, some of these older people, that's why it's good to listen to them. Some of them are not scientific. They are not educated, but they know. But he said, no, are you giving this child orange and orange a little? He said, no. The woman said, no, you have to be putting it a little inside the water, because the thing is inside his stomach. So that was what we did. I did. And over time, gradually, the thing began to, go away. So most times, many people are struggling with the outside the mouth, looking for the best of the toothpaste, the best of the toothbrush to give them a very fresh breath. But you can have your fresh breath by using these things that I'm using. I don't have any issue with bad breath, honestly, because these are the things I'm using. I already shared it. You can go back, watch the video. I already shared it, because these things, I use it. Because if you are even having bad breath, at other time, you may even have things like mouth ulcers. There are complications of it. Yes, it could after you, in fact, if you have even used you should begin to seek help genuinely, because if you are using all these things, all these things mentioned and the ones I've shared with us, you don't have, and you are taking sufficient water. Lest I forget, if you are poorly hydrated, yes, poorly hydrated, listen to me. it can also cause bad breath. Yes, when you're poorly everything is wrong. You open your mouth, the things that water ought to flush out. Remember, water is a transporter, water is a cleanser, is the main material for cleansing. So when the water is not enough, you are not taking enough water, things like bad breath will be part of the problems you'll be dealing with. And that's why older people are even advised to take more and more water, because we need more cleansing. That is it. You need more water to clean the body right from inside, so that things like bad breath will not affect you. Because there is also something about the bad breath. If you're not including bitter foods, remember that when we were back then in the village, we see a lot of old people always chewing on either bitter. I now realize why they were not having bad breath. Because they know that sugar is one of the leading feeders of disease. So when they take any sugary thing like that, when they consume any starchy food, or any food, even protein food, at the next moment you see they are chewing either on pepper, or they are chewing on bitter cola, or chewing on cloves. They are chewing either alligator pepper, but they are chewing something. I think that may be the reason why a lot of them hardly get sick. The seniors, you see them, they're not on medications, they live up to 90, 100 years and even more. But you don't see them on too many drugs. I think this may be their part of their secret. You see them always chewing. If they, in the morning, they eat finished morning food. If they are not chewing bitter leaf stick, they are chewing, cloves. They may be chewing bitter cola. They just start to chew something. These things are digestive aids. Before the food starts fermenting, before the food starts staying longer in the stomach and starts smelling in their mouth, they're already sending in antioxidants and other spices to help to push it, to delay the waiting time. The time is going to stay. It's going to make it shorten it. So because the longer it stays, the more likely it's going to ferment and then causing the bad breath. And so this may be the reason, I guess, why a good number of them are always chewing. And what is wrong even if we start doing some of these things, chewing some of these things, and then chew? I do some of them, like chewing of cloves. It becomes part of me. Whenever I eat something that is heavy, something that is high in protein, I just try to chew a little cloves, because those things will eventually produce a lot of waste. Yes, protein produces a lot of waste during digestion, whether it's beans you call it, or black-eyed cowpea, or pinto beans, whichever one. A good number of them a lot of waste are generated when they are being digested. So immediately I finish eating such food, I just have to follow it up, because if you don't, it may stay longer before being digested, and the longer it stays, the more likely it may give room for bad breath. And so these are some of the foods that you need to start to do to help you deal with bad breath. And then the last one is the use of activated charcoal to add it. I use it also to add it. There are other things, a lot of remedies, spices, cardamom, and the rest of it, which you can use to deal with it. And the activated charcoal, actually, also you can add it to your toothpaste. Add it to your toothpaste or your toothbrush as a kind of boost to help also to reduce the incidence of bad breath. There are much more things, but these are some of the things, the very common things that helps with bad breath. And there is also the need also for you to reduce sugary drinks, sugar in your diet. If you are consuming too much sugars, you are going to be exposing or giving room for bad breath. So you don't have to allow too much sugar in your diet. If you do, you will start experiencing it. When you speak, it's showing that the mouth is not smelling fresh. So if you want that fresh breath, and then you need to be spicing up your meals using some of these things shown here and even more. Something like black pepper is one of the top yeast killing food. If you chew it, it reduces blood pressure, we know. But it's one of the foods also that deals with bad breath. A good number of spices, they do it without you going for over-the-counter medication. You just chew it, and then you will notice that the bad breath is gone. And so this is our first using this resolution. And I'd like you also to comment. I've had Amaka drop a comment on it, and then I myself, I will also be informing you that this is the resolution I prefer and I want to be using in subsequent live sessions. And so you all should prepare and warm up for it. And I need you also to drop even your comment regarding it, just like Amaka has done. She said it's okay, she liked it. So you have to drop your comment. This is just the way I want to present and end it. And so if there's any other you need me to attend to regarding the bad breath, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. But meanwhile, it's bye for now. And thank you for coming.